So I, probably like many of you, I grew up, on a family farm in the village of Lynn outside the town of Brockville, on a chicken farm. I'm a chicken farmer's daughter. I started to pick eggs when I was 8. People ask me, how long have you worked for the family business? I'm like, all my life. On or around 1995, I had this opportunity to go to Australia. There happened to be a guy, an egg farmer, who had launched this weird thing called an omega-3 enriched egg. No one had ever heard of that before. And I went over and I met with this egg farmer in Australia, and I learned a bit about omega-3 nutrition. I came back, I was all excited. I was like, Dad, we have to launch omega-3 eggs. This was our boardroom meeting to decide to launch omega eggs. He said, we're not doing that. We're too busy. I said, Dad, it's, if we don't do it, other people are going to do it to us. We're not doing that. We're too busy. I said, Dad, I've got time. I think we should do this. Okay, you go and do it. You do everything you want. Anyway, and that was the decision to launch omega-3 eggs. Sometimes really great things don't happen in sophisticated business processes. So when you've been raised to follow a strong entrepreneur, it's a very difficult thing to transform yourself into the person expected to lead the organization. But unless you want to see the family business or farm sold, it's a necessary transformation you must make. And I would argue that when you are a woman, the journey is harder, less expected, and less accepted by others. So, and there's been a lot of talk, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but some qualities to guide you. And I can tell you that I think I have a lot of these. The capacities I didn't have early on, I've learned to build. You need to be willing to accept and learn from your mistakes. I've made tons. You just got to learn from them and carry on. You can't let them drag you under. You need to learn to listen to others. I mean, truly listen. But you also need to be careful who you trust. Because as you move into positions of power, some people will try to guide you, but they'll have only their self-interest in mind. And you need to know, and you need to have a set of values that guide you so that you're weighing your advice off. And at the end of the day, you need to have faith in yourself and your instincts and your guiding principles, because not always, you're going to hear a lot of different opinions, and you need to choose the path that makes the most sense for you, your family, and your business. And once you choose, you need to be decisive and assertive, courageous, compassionate, ethical, consistent. We've heard about all these things just in the last few speakers. Firm, fair, fun. I believe you spend 40 hours plus a week at work. It's got to be fun. You got to make it fun. You got to work really hard, and you need to innovate. Whether it's a new product, it's a new business process, it's a new piece of equipment, it's a new management system. There's all kinds of different ways you bring innovation. You keep things changing up and keep bringing in new things and try new things, and you can energize everybody around you. And I would say working in a family business is very special and different. And I learned the hard way, you need to set the rules from the start with your employer, especially if it's a parent. And it's probably your father, because just where we are at normally up to this point, it's been mainly the males who've carried on the business. And you can't allow, if you're working for a parent, to let them treat you like their child. You need to set reasonable boundaries. You might even need help. Set the rules from the start with your spouse, because you're coming from a patriarchal society where the guy gets a bit of a free pass at home, and if you're out there working as many hours, putting as much money towards the family, you need to get them to help you pitch in and help you get the work done. That was a very difficult lesson. You need to do it from the start. You can't start 10 years in. Oh, by the way, honey, you got to start booking the soccer, because if you've been doing it all along, they're going to resist not doing it anymore. Don't expect to be able to do it all. Get help, accept help from others, give up on perfection, and focus on the most important things and let some of the other stuff slide. Family-owned companies account for 80% of all businesses worldwide, and about a third of them are owned by women. According to North American statistics, female-owned family firms experience greater family loyalty to the business, agreement with its goals, and pride in the business. And women-owned family firms have a 40% lower rate of family member attrition. So, never, as you rise up through the business, never sort of question whether or not you know, you're worthy just because you're a woman. You're definitely worthy. 67% of businesses don't make it to the second generation, and 88% don't make it to the third. So I think we successfully navigated that 67%, and now I'm spending a lot of my time worrying about getting past that 88%. And healthy family, healthy business. I always believe if I take care of the family and I take care of the business, I will get taken care of. And I put my family before personal wealth maximization. Because if you're on the get rich quick scheme, chances are you might end up really rich and have no family. And what fun is there in that? Seek out the advice of a good family counselor, as well as legal and financial. People tend to focus on the lawyers and the accountants and not the family. Start now to think about succession. Get the next generation involved early and train them to be stewards. And those are the things that we're working on right now, trying to get from G2 into G3. Thank you very much.